Good evening, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the New Age Geeks channel. All right, and our audio is working. If you're new here, we are building an inclusive space for people of all walks of life through the power of friendship, magic, and tabletop role-playing games. Tonight we have Forging Fates, a sober D&D campaign set in the Critical Role world of Exandria following our adventuring party, the Fists of Fate. As always, we are partnering with the Phoenix, a non-profit group building a community of people in recovery aiming to end the stigma around the rehabilitation journey from substance use through a sober, active lifestyle. They have an app that you can use to schedule in-person events or virtual events, including yoga, D&D, meditation, and rock climbing, just to name a few. You can click the link below and download the app today and connect with a community of friends to support your journey. That all being said, good evening, everyone.
Hello. So, the New Age Geeks includes more than just us. It relies on all of you wonderful geeks and your participation in the community that we are building together. If you want to become one of the New Age Geeks, you can. Just join our Discord and subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channels where you'll find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite geeks, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
And chat rooms with the cast and other members of our community. Beyond that, we have posts going up on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you're on those platforms, please feel free to give us a follow for more geeky goodness.
If you have Amazon Prime linked to your Twitch account, you can get a free month subscription to any Twitch channel. You can resubscribe or subscribe to a new channel every month, but it comes at absolutely no extra cost to you. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Use that for us. But if you are willing to help us out in a financial way, we have a tip feature here on Twitch, which uses PayPal for safe, secure, one-time donations. And for you Twitch enthusiasts, words are hard, bits are welcome here. We have a modest merch shop for hoodies and goodies, and a Patreon to those who wish to donate to our cause and get a little something back. Lastly, if you wish to become a sponsor, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
Again, I just want to thank you all for joining us on tonight's episode of Forging Fate.
Okay. Let's see. Anyone have any other announcements before we get started tonight? All right. Well then, let's dive on into tonight's episode of Forging Fates. And we are back. And it's covering the chat box now. What is happening? This is driving me nuts. Okay.
I don't see it.
You don't see it? Does it? Oh, it's not even on the live stream. Oh, yeah, it is. It's on the live stream.
Everything looks good on my end.
It's right above. It's the chat box. In the top left corner of the chat box.
It's only covering the top corner, but you can still see all the chat.
It's driving me freaking nuts. Anyways, so
It's so small, I can't see it.
that's what she said.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay.
Never had that particular
Anyways, picking up where we last left off, our intrepid band of adventurers, having made their way through the Umbra Hills, were accosted by a group of dire wolves, which the team was able to, Whisper was able to negotiate some meat sticks for a night off from them slaughtering the horse. And a lot of dialogue happened between all of the players, everyone gaining a little bit more insight to everyone's backstories. Whisper was once again accosted by her sister in a dream state where she was able to remove Whisper from sleep through the use of a very particular spell being directed at her. And from there, you guys continued on, making your way through the Cliffkeep Mountains, eventually into the Gray Valley. As you made your way through the mountains, Clover was able to discover a hidden cave with a bit of gold and a treasure map leading to a sword, an ancient sword hidden in the Gray Valley. Sorry. Whatever the thing is gone now. Oh, I know exactly what it is, and we're not going to have any character art tonight. Anyways, the team from there made their way into the Gray Valley, and upon waking up from their rest the day before, began to enter in and try and follow along the path towards this sword to try and recover it now that they have a sense of the direction where it might be. In short order, they were visited by another animal, a giant eagle, which made a deal with Whisper for meat sticks in exchange for showing them where the sword actually exactly was, and they were able to be led there relatively quickly without incident before arriving into a large circular almost blast radius, ancient blast radius, where nothing seems to have grown in this space. The trees surrounding it knocked down in a cascading order before they witnessed two ethereal guardians standing on either side of a sword buried in the ground between them.
Are they facing the sword or facing away from it?
Facing us.
As soon as you kind of break that tree line, they appear and face towards you.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait a minute. Are they like in front of us or?
No. They're standing on either side of the sword, but they are facing you.
I'd like to point out, as much as Joe complains about it, most of the food talked about in the last episode was initiated by him.
We also missed an opportunity to label last week's episode. Don't underestimate the power of meat sticks.
Well, now I got to go back and make new graphics.
All right. We see the two ghosts. What do they look like?
So they are semi-transparent. This almost white, glowing hue in nature. Full body armor. Their feet, though, don't actually touch the ground. They kind of morph into almost this morph into almost invisibility, and like they swirl almost in a cloud of smoke. They have large kite shields strapped to their backs with a long sword slid into a sheath on their waist.
Do we talk to them, or do we think that we're going to have to fight them?
I have no experience with ghosts.
I
Finnick.
don't think I can punch a ghost.
Finnick, I will say, the top of their helm, you see a semi-sunburst, which you instantly recognize as a iconography of Pelor.
I don't think ghosts are real.
Then, Clover, please tell me, what are those?
Guys trying to freak us out. Hey guys, trying to freak us out. It's not working.
It's not working a little bit.
Roll a persuasion check, Clover.
Okay.
Have we stepped into the clearing yet, or are we just at the tree line?
It's up to you guys.
12.
Tree line.
Okay. As you call that out, Clover, they don't respond.
You know, I'm really sick of all the guys I come across ignoring me.
Paying attention. Tristan, want to go say hi?
I would like to join you. I mean, I do recognize the symbol on their helmets. Maybe I can try and talk to them.
I don't say anything.
I will walk forward.
Yes.
Be careful.
Back, but I'm going to pull out my crossbow.
Okay. As you two begin to make your way into the clearing, their eyes almost start to glow slightly as they actually, their heads turn to lock onto you. They were glancing over in your general direction earlier, but now their attention is solely on you both.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop as soon as I notice that shift in vision.
Uh-huh.
And just... We have to be careful. This is...
Aware.
I have a very strong feeling that this is not going to end well.
I mean, just be confident, not cocky. I'm going to, after pausing, I'm going to continue to walk forward until I'm about, like, 15 feet away from them.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for like 4 or 5 steps, then start following.
Okay. As the pair of you approach, their attention they're tracking your movement up towards them. And as you stop about 15 feet from them, Finnick, you hear one of them. You can't really tell which one, because it's just, you don't see any movement in their faces. You see, and it comes from just this general area. There's not actually like a point that you could point out which one is talking. But you hear, "Why have you come to the sacred grove?"
We have come searching for the sword.
Are you a warrior who is pure of heart?
I'd like to think that I am.
Will you step forth and right the wrongs of a corrupt and evil hierarchy and defend the people?
Yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
Luckily, I got decent persuasion, so. 17.
Step forward.
I step forward.
As you get closer, one of them puts their hand up towards your face, like not his palm out towards your face. And you see his hand glow slightly for a moment. What's your alignment?
Do I feel anything?
What's your alignment?
Wait, what? I believe it's neutral. Or like neutral good. Yeah, neutral good, I believe.
Neutral good? Okay. With that, he lowers his hand back down. And you see the two of them in unison float backwards from the sword.
Do I feel anything after they were like raising their hands at me?
I would say you don't feel anything like actually. You don't have any like magic senses or anything like that, correct?
Not that I'm aware of.
So yeah, there's nothing you would have sensed in that moment.
Okay. I will continue to walk closer to the sword.
Okay.
While also simultaneously sort of looking back at the group.
I'm keeping the same pace as every step she takes. I'm walking.
Okay. So you are now, as you get closer to the sword, the entire time, let me just back up a second here. The entire time you've been in this forest, you've felt this overwhelming foreboding and eerie kind of sense in the atmosphere. As every inch of this forest, it's just, you could sense the corruption and evil that has been blighted in this space. The trees, haunting reminder of the cataclysmic event that occurred long ago, and you look out into the sky, and it's just frozen almost in this scream of despair as these dark clouds swirl above. And the air just feels heavy with the weight of sorrow and malevolence. But as you step towards this sword, you almost feel like the space around it starts to clear up. And you look at the hilt of this sword buried in the ground in front of you. The hilt of it, this beautiful cruciform inlaid with rubies, and you see that molten steel. It looks like what you thought was the blade originally actually appears to be more of the sheath that it's buried in, that was jammed into the ground. And as you reach forward, do you reach forward?
Yes.
Okay. As you grab a hold of the hilt, you pull out this beautiful platinum blade. It is a great sword, but as you pull it out, it is beautifully gorgeous in its form, and you are able to remove it from the sheath that is buried in the ground.
Cool. I imagine it's kind of heavy.
It's very heavy for you.
So I just sort of pull it out of the ground, like hunch over a little bit, trying to make up for the weight of it. And then just like with the flat of the blade against my hand, just sort of looking it over.
While she's, and I notice to do that, I'm going to just pay attention to what's going on around us.
Roll a perception check for me.
Oh, shit. 10.
Besides your friends sitting in the tree line, you don't see anything else. You see the two spirits standing there watching the situation unfold in front of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess.
Being very...
Sorry. I was gonna ask, how are the spirits react after I grab the sword?
They make no move towards you. They just are watching.
Okay. And you said I was able to grab the sheath out of the ground too?
Roll a strength check to pull it from the ground.
Yeah. It's a 13.
Okay, you reach out one hand and try and give it a... And eventually the stone, which is... You see that the stone is almost fused to this blade, but you are... Pull it from the ground. This, like... Again, you could see the sheath was burned at some point, and the metal is almost... like twisted and melted around the sheath, but otherwise it is intact.
I'll just sort of turn around to the group, holding it up, just like, I got it!
Treasure.
This was just like kind of paying attention to what's going on.
Okay.
Turn back towards the two ghost guards and thank you for allowing me to take this blade.
Use it well.
I will. Tristan, can I get some help carrying this thing?
I'm gonna snap out of just being hyper focused on just what's going on in our surroundings and walk out. I go and I grab it.
Okay. As Tristan, as you reach out to grab it, the two spirits, they begin to move towards you.
I would
Sorry,
like to
hands
grab
back.
it back.
They make their way, continue. They slow down, but continue to approach you both.
Okay.
Who is to wield the blade?
I'm learning how to. And the question you asked me before was something I was planning on doing anyways. And I feel like this would be a great tool to do so.
Are you going to wield the blade, little one?
Yes.
You see them both reach towards the swords on their hip, begin to draw an ethereal blade from each. Then wield it now. They both stand, swords out in front of you. Not moving, just kind of waiting to test to see.
I don't know if they... Can I do an insight check on that? Like, do they want me to attack them or just show that I can, like, use the sword?
They're kind of just... You get the sense... I won't make you roll an insight check. You get the sense they're kind of like, can you actually use the blade is what they're testing you.
Okay, but in what way?
Remember what I taught you.
Thanks. Okay, so I'll firmly grasp the blade and just try and mimic a few of the attack motions, I guess, that both Clover and Tristan have been teaching me.
You still only get one attack per action, correct?
Yes.
So go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay.
You're not proficient with great swords, so it's at disadvantage. Is it? Yeah. Is it a disadvantage? No. No, you
Or
just
just
don't
a-
add. You
get a
just don't add
modifier.
your proficiency bonus. Sorry.
Okay.
Cannot read that. That is a 16.
A 16. Okay.
I'm assuming because normally you would add like strength and proficiency.
Right. So you're just adding strength.
But I have, so take away the proficiency and I have a +0 to strength.
Okay.
So.
So as you swing the greatsword, one of them parries it with their longsword and slams the tip down into the ground. You feel your whole body lurch. Go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Just a strength check.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't fuck me on this. Another 16.
If when I see that the parry happen and the sword go down, is there any way I can, am I supposed to try to help her not drop the blade?
Well, what'd you roll?
16.
Okay, I will say you feel the blade like press, like you feel like you want to have it drop from your hand, but you're able to hold on and not drop it.
Okay. Am I able to just try and swing upward as to try and keep the momentum going?
Go ahead and roll another attack.
A 15.
They again parry the blade off, and I need you to roll another strength check.
Oh, gee. A 17. The dice gods have
So
blessed me
you are
with these things. Thank you.
still able to hold on to it, but they are parrying away your blade with every...
Okay. The real question is, how many attacks am I gonna have to make?
You just have to hit them once.
Oh god. Okay. So roll another attack.
You can go ahead and keep trying.
What was that, Clover?
Leave it. Oh.
Thanks. And I do have an ability that I might need to use. A 19.
A 19, okay. So, as you bring this greatsword up one more time, you swing and actually are able to slice through into the ethereal form of this creature. And you hear it like grunt a bit as it steps back. Roll a strength check for me.
An 18.
Okay.
The dice gods are...
Still able to hold on to the blade, but you see them both kind of step back, sheathe their swords.
I'm just sort of standing there, like, just out of breath.
Good luck, young one.
Thank you. Okay. I will, if I'm able to, just sort of sling the sheath around and place the greatsword in it.
Mm-hmm.
And begin walking back towards the group. I think I'm gonna need a war training. And some water.
After waiting for like a couple seconds, just still not trusting the area fully, I'll walk back to the group and go up to Finnick. As I walk up to him, our training will get we'll do a lot more training. It's going to be a lot harder, I promise you. You will learn how to use that.
I mean, gotta get stronger somehow.
We'll make it happen. In no time at all, you will be a master. It's going to be hard, though.
Well, I'm always up for a challenge.
I'm up in the 3 days.
30 days?
3 days.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, what's the plan now, everyone? You've been traveling for the better part of the day, a little bit off the route from where you initially wanted to go, but the rest of the day is yours. What's the plan?
I guess let's just continue heading to Lyrancorn. If nothing else.
All right.
Are we sure that's what we want to do?
Whisper, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, definitely.
As Whisper, as you say that blue bird that's been following you, you hear it begin to chitter and chatter as it flutters around the treetops above you.
That bird's back.
Roll an insight check for me.
Me? Getting there. 10.
Okay.
What's up? Whisper, the way you phrased that question makes me believe you don't want to go to Lyrangon.
No, I definitely want to go to Lyrangon. But, look, this place is all corrupted. Is there anything we can do to help it?
Are you saying that because you want to delay going to Lyrangon as much as you can?
No, I
Or
believe
because
in
you actually...
saving the land. The land is important, and we should fix it.
Whisper, we
Sure.
don't all have nature magic, unfortunately.
I really want to learn it, though. If you teach me, I'll help you clean up the corruption.
Yeah. Right now?
I guess. Are you sure you don't just want to go kill your family really quick and then come back?
Which seems more pressing at the moment?
Well, this forest has been here like this for, give or take, few tens of thousands of years.
Nobody's fixed it.
Nobody's been able to.
I wonder if your family is the hierarchy of corruption that the guards were talking about, and then by killing them, we are clearing the corruption.
I mean, there's a lot of corruption in different hierarchies, so
Technically, the only danger that we're in the forest is because we're in the forest. Whereas your family is actively sending people across Exandria to find you and kill you, or bring you to quote unquote justice for the crimes they're accusing you of, even though you didn't do it. So, to answer your question, I would say your family's the more pressing issue.
Okay, fine. Let's go.
So whoever's leading the group, go ahead and roll a survival check for me.
I'll make the check.
Oh,
Oh, Donald, do you want to do it?
no. Good, you're good.
Okay. 19. 19.
Okay, so with a 19, you are able to re-navigate yourselves back onto the path towards Lyrangorn and proceed through the forest, we'll say, towards the north. As the sun begins to set, do you guys want to set up camp? Okay.
Yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
Finnick, do you attune to the blade during this travel?
sure, yeah.
Okay. So
It's a very pretty blade.
I have gone ahead and added it into your inventory, so you can go ahead and see it now. But
You believe in magic,
as
in a
you,
young girl's sword.
who said something besides Gormrog singing?
I just have to refresh the page quick.
Oh, okay. As you guys kind of pull off to the side and begin to set up camp, the wind kind of pushing through the trees, almost giving this like whispering quality to the wind. And you hear what sounds like voices that you can't make out the words as each breeze kind of passes through, but you are able to find a space to camp and set up.
So you hear the wind blow through the trees. It sounds like pocket bacon
Yes, exactly.
because it's whisperish.
So, who would like to take the first watch as you prepare for the evening?
I'll watch.
I'll join Clover.
Okay. So, the rest of you head off to sleep. Clover and Finnick, go ahead and roll.
I'm not sleeping.
Okay.
Do we
Donald,
still
it
have
takes you
food?
4 hours.
Yeah, even though I'm gonna be awake during. I'm not taking the shift. I'm just gonna be awake during the shift. First shift.
Okay.
Do
So
we still have
perception.
food?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception checks.
18.
5.
Okay. Clover, as you and Finnick sit there, glancing, patrolling the camp and glancing out into the tree line, you swear you see shadows moving every few moments from tree to tree. But you'll see it move here, and then you'll see it over in a far distance move, and you can't even, you never see anything except the slight bit of shadow kind of move in the line, and you're not sure if it's a shadow from the trees causing this illusion or if there's something there. It's very confusing.
No, I said that I don't believe in ghosts, but this forest really is.
I mean, it's a scary forest. It's the weirdest one. It's the most decrepit I've ever seen, that's for sure.
I keep seeing shadows. I don't know if there's anything out there, but it's really giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, luckily, we have a whole group of us if anything tries anything. But
Speaking of ghosties, I really wonder how those guards got their disguises to be so good. That translucent makeup was on point. I could almost see through them.
I mean,
Do you think that they wear wingsuits to make them float?
it's possible, but as I sort of hit one of them, I didn't see any blood.
Yeah, you'll get better. You just need to practice more.
I mean, I hit him.
I promise you, dear, they are ghosts.
Who the fuck is that?
They were protecting me as I was struck there and had to wait for my time for a new wielder to
What's that?
save me.
Who? What? Who's talking to me right now?
Do I see anybody in the immediate vicinity?
Roll a perception check.
Another one, okay. A slight improvement from last time, a 7.
I rolled a 23.
Okay. So, Finnick, you don't see anyone, but Clover, the sound is 100% coming from behind Finnick's back, where a brand new greatsword is tucked away.
Finnick, turn around.
I turn around.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Finnick, your sword is talking to me.
I turn back around and I unsheath it.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You both.
Hello.
I gotta say, this is a new experience for me.
Same. I've never really had a weapon talk to me before.
Well, I'm no ordinary weapon, I suppose. Is there any other questions I can answer for you in this moment?
Yeah, like a lot. So how is the best one?
In my final climactic battle against the forces of evil, a part of my soul was embedded into this sword, and now I'm here for all time.
So you're a soul.
Yes.
Wrapped in a sword.
What's your? Do you have a name? Do you still attach yourself to, like, the person who you used to belong to? Obviously not physically, but emotionally.
No, my body has long died. This is where I am now.
The name?
My name, yes.
Tal'Dorei?
No, I am.
No.
I am not Tal'Dorei.
Oh wait, no. That I feel so dumb. It was the guy that Tal'Dorei was fighting.
Yes, I am King Neminar Drastig.
King Neminar what?
Drasig. Drassig.
Okay.
Can I just call you Nemo?
Sure, if that is easier for you.
It is.
Well, Neminar, can you tell us anything about the Umbra Hills and the woods that we're in? Maybe anything to aid us in our travels?
Well, back when I had a mortal form, I was cruel and evil and rightly struck down. And I have learned over the course of what feels like a millennia and paid for those crimes while being confined to this form. I know that this land, the Umbra Hills and the Grey Valley, as you call it now, are blotted and stained because of my foolishness. And I know some of the remnants of the deal I made are still haunting these lands, and I am implored to make sure that you seek safe passage through this forest, through me.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I kind of want to look at the others that are sleeping, and then, Tristan, who's sitting there.
Oh yeah, Tristan, you see them talking to the sword, and you hear the sword talking.
Okay, I was gonna ask. Okay, good.
What is the expression on Tristan's face right now?
Extremely surprised but very trying to pretend to be content. Trying not to. He's looking directly at you guys in that, because he's not right there, but looking directly at you guys, but looking at the sword, and just he's not taking his eyes off the sword.
Okay.
So, Nemo, do you ever hear the secrets of the trees?
No, unfortunately I don't speak to trees, dear.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like the whispers of passerbys as they walk through the forest and spill all their deep, dark secrets because they don't think anyone's around because you're a sword.
Not many people make it to my clearing, unfortunately.
Yeah, we are very talented, that's true.
That's why I'm here with you now.
We're going to the Reborn.
Okay. I'm happy to help.
Good.
I appreciate that. Apologies, I'm still frazzled by a talking sword, so.
Well, I'm sure our bond will go closer as we grow together to strike down evil and corruption that is abound.
You're not gonna inhibit your brain and try to make yourself Finnick and take over her body, are you?
I have no desire to transfer my soul into Finnick.
Oh, that's all
Thank
right.
you.
I don't even think I could, to be honest. If I was able to leave
No
this sword, I
offense.
would have done it a while ago.
Yeah, Just please don't try.
I promise to not try and take over your body.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna go sit over there with Tristan to be weirded out by this.
Did I hear what the sword was saying, or the fact that they were just talking to it?
You're not. How far away are you?
I was at the cart, like just sitting outside.
Yeah,
Like
you're not that far away, so you would have heard everything.
Okay.
Just another day.
Yeah, magic sword. It talks.
It do.
It is it's quite beautiful. I'm sitting there looking at my own sword, and I keep looking at my sword and then back at that sword, but trying not to be that obvious that I'm leering at it.
Sword envy.
Yeah. Do you think it's evil?
I think being alone in a forest for hundreds of years really does something for character development.
Hopefully you're right. We just have to keep a close eye on it and make sure that it is not lying. No, it's too late now. I couldn't do an insight check. I just realized now I was able to hear it. I would have done an insight check. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyone want to do anything else for the evening?
And just sitting around looking out at all of the moving shadows. So that's it.
Okay. As your shift comes to an end.
I'm going to fall asleep while she's looking. I'm also watching. I'm going to fall asleep before that shift ends.
Okay.
By the cart.
All right. Who's going to be the next shift?
I will.
Whisper?
Yeah, I'll get up.
All right. A pair of you get up, trading off. And both of you go ahead and roll perception checks for me.
$19.
16.
Okay. As you both glance off into the darkness at night, you see similar shadows dancing along just the peripherals of your vision. And you see that familiar bluebird begin to hop from branch to branch closer towards your camp. You see it flutter down onto the ground in front of you, Whisper. Hop. Turn out towards the tree line. Just look up at you.
So it's hopping away from me now?
Nope, it's hopped over to your side and is looking up at you. It pecks down at the ground.
I'm gonna pull out like a dart just in case.
I will shoot you a side eye.
It pecks the ground.
Side eye.
Are you still watching me?
It pecks the ground twice now.
I'm going to take that as a yes because I, again, decided not to talk to animals today. Are we making the right choice?
I'm not going to tweet, just so that's clear.
Tweet.
You made me talk in wolf last time. So.
All right, fair enough. Can't smile. I can't smile and whistle at the same time. Ugh. It gives off this angry rattling of series of tweets and then pecks the ground twice again.
I'm going to take that as a yes. Well, you want A pocket kebab?
As you say that, it flaps up and grabs, like, bites down onto your shirt and just kind of dead weights and hangs there.
I think it's trying to bring you closer to it. It wants you to go down to its level. It's pulling you down. It's tapping on the ground like, hey, come here. Like, is it pointing to something on the ground?
It doesn't
that we
seem
can
like it's
see?
specifically pointing to anything, but it does. You are getting the sense that it wants you to come down to its level.
You're a bird. You can literally come up to us. Like, why? What
All
is?
right, so I'm gonna crouch on the ground.
As you crouch down to the ground, it releases your shirt and kind of steps over to the side of you and then rolls down onto its back, looks up at the sky.
I look up to the sky.
As you look up towards the sky, Gormrog, you notice it first. The bird, you see almost this shimmering around its body before a familiar for you whisper.
Say he hasn't talked to me yet.
A long-eared, graceful elven being. Its skin is pale and almost translucent green. Their eyes large, almond-shaped, and the iris is swirling this almost hypnotic pattern. Fine, silvery strands of hair flow out behind their head, and you see these pair of insect wings kind of pull up into their back. There's this flowing gown that kind of shifts in colors as they lay down on the ground. And they turn their head to look towards you, whisper.
This is the bird that's now transformed into this?
Yep.
Yeah, as they're pointing up to the sky. The dagger's just going to be like right at their neck, and I'm just going to be like, you could have just pointed up instead of down.
Well,
Can I ask a question really fast?
yeah.
Are the insect wings new? Have I seen the insect wings before?
They had the insect wings when they appeared in your dream.
Okay.
But they weren't flying around with them.
Okay.
As you put the blade to their throat, Gormrog, they make no movements, and just the eyes kind of turn towards you and lock with you, and you see them, the swirl of just this otherworldly being looking at you.
I'm not looking in their eyes. No.
Gormrog, it's a friend. It's fine.
Yeah, I get that, but like, I'm gonna put the dart or dagger away.
Like you should have trusted me last time with the wolves, and look how well that turned out. So trust me.
I'm gonna gesture vaguely to the shifting shadows, the howling winds, the haunted forests surrounding us, like little on edge.
I'm
I'll
here.
protect
It's
you.
fine.
Okay. Well, were you saying yes, we are on the right path, or what were you saying there?
Well, I helped you escape from here before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're making the right decision by going back?
I think I have to go back. I don't know if it's the right one. I don't know. I think it depends on who you ask if it's the right one, but right and wrong are so subjective. But I think I have to because my brother and my sister keep hurting people.
But as long as you keep running, they can't hurt you.
They keep finding me.
And they've hurt you already.
Yeah.
Well,
Your brother damn near killed you.
You didn't listen to me. You were. How long did you stay there?
Where?
At the home where they found you.
not long enough. Is my room. I was just getting used to it.
I told you, always be on the move.
Sorry, do you have a name?
Their head shifts almost. It almost seems unnatural, but just barely where, like, okay, maybe a person can turn their head that way.
Uncanny Valley sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of. You can call me Linearial.
Well, Lynn, you think that setting Wisp on a path of always running away is the best way to keep her safe?
Of course, she'll see new things, new adventures, never being held down to one place. You see her.
Having my sister in my dreams, and she's annoying me.
Well, I can protect you there. I've already done it. You see her her legs kind of rise up off the ground and twist behind her back as she flips her body around to stand up. It's almost like a contortionist mixed with like a ballet dancer. And as she stands, their arms kind of flow out to her side, and the wings vibrate momentarily before coming back to their back.
It's pretty cool.
Mom's into it. Gormrog is definitely not. Whisper, I'm proud of you, by the way, for recognizing that good idea, bad idea, it's all subjective. And it's better to stop them from hurting people than to just run away.
As you are saying that, they're making their way over to your other party members in this almost dancing motion. Each step they kind of twirl, and their gown floats around them with a little bit of flashing of their wings.
The body tenses up, but
You
Whisper has asked me to
all are
trust
running
her.
from something, and I've helped most of you escape. And they kind of lean down and brush one of the ears of Clover and give her a slight peck on the forehead. You see her dance, stepping almost over towards Tristan. She brushes along his hair.
Yeah. What's up with the feathers?
They're just little pieces of me to help me remember where all of you are.
Are you actually helping us?
Well, of course I'm helping you. I'm helping you make good decisions and avoid bad ones.
And we just covered that's subjective.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was special that I had this feather, and I met you back in the jail. But then hearing Tristan's story and seeing other people get feathers, I feel a little less special.
As you say that, their wings kind of spread out behind them, and almost in a second, they are in front of you, and their hands kind of caress along your cheekbones. You are special, Whisper. That's why I saved you.
Sure. Yeah. I want to get wings.
You want wings?
Yes, that's pretty freaking cool.
Well, they hold their hands out towards you. Would you like to make a deal?
No, 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 no.
Why? Cormorant.
you can become my connection and avatar to this place, and
Oh my god.
together we can help other people.
Okay. What's up, Gormrock?
Lynn, Ariel, Lynn Aquatic, whatever your name is. Are you by chance from the Fey realm?
They turn their head towards you, again in that almost uncanny valley sort of way, and they kind of separate their hands out, and their wings vibrate again, and they twirl, their gown just whipping around them. Where else would I be from?
Yeah, the whisper that no making deals with creatures from the Fey realm. That
Why?
was the rule, because that no.
Wait, I want to hear about the deal first.
Well, you want wings, and I want to help as many people get away from bad situations as possible.
And so what would I have to do in this deal?
Help me accomplish that task.
So I would have to go around helping people?
Well, yeah.
Question. What would it look like if Whisper were to be helping you? Hypothetically speaking. You mentioned being an avatar. Does that mean you take over her body?
Well, we'd be closer than we are now. That's for sure. I wouldn't take over her body per se. We'd just be there with her.
Yes.
We'd have a
Whisper,
connection.
loopholes and trickery are commonplace in everything I've ever read, ever, about the Fae, especially when it comes to deals. They will never go back on their word in a deal, but they will
Hold
always
on right
word
there.
it in such a... Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a. Why can't I find the fucking thing here?
History?
No.
Insight? Arcana?
No. Give me a second.
Wisdom saving throw?
I was going to say wisdom saving throw.
Does it just happen?
Are we a cult?
I don't know why it's not showing me what the fuck to do, but here. It doesn't say anything. So, as you are beginning to go off on this diatribe, you see Linnariel's hand kind of motion towards you, and all sound coming from Gormrug cuts off. And you hear nothing, Gormrug.
Well, how'd you do that?
I'm just gonna slowly just like turn to Linnariel and just...
Well, this is some of the abilities I will be able to bestow upon you. Give you strength if you are so bent on going to defeat your sister. I can help make you stronger.
Okay. That appeals to me a little bit more than the wings.
Yes, there's many things I'm willing to give you.
I feel like there's a catch here.
Well, the catch is you're my favorite. Of all the ones I've saved, you came in and showed me a way to escape the place I was.
How? You're the one who taught me how to pick a lock.
Yeah. But remember when you first saw me and I brought you to that special place?
Yeah, in the woods.
Right. When,
Oh yeah.
remember the bird?
Yeah. And the pool and the sheep.
Mm-hmm. Well, that wasn't the form I have now. That was just a projection of what I was able to do. But because you were able to open up that space for me, I was able to come through with you.
I don't remember opening up any doors or spaces.
I know. You wouldn't. But you helped me. So I want to help you.
Okay, but if I agree to this deal, you said we'd be closer. Does that mean you'd be like extra following me then? Because I like my privacy.
Well, I'll have a much deeper connection. I won't have to track you through the feather. I'll know where you are all the time, but if you want your privacy, I'm not one to try and not deny you your freedom.
This sounds pretty good to me.
You see, Gormrog, I make good deals. No, nothing to say? Oh, okay.
Can you make him talk again, though? Because he's my friend, and I don't... He looks constipated.
As they wave their fingers once more, the sound returns to your ears, Gormrog. You didn't hear anything she was saying that entire time.
Cormac, what? I think I trust you, but can you just tell me why I shouldn't do this? Other than just like a feeling.
The thing I'm worried about most is you getting taken advantage of because you entered into a binding contract that you cannot get out of.
Is it binding?
Well, I mean, if I decide that you're not holding up your end of the deal, then there may be a cancellation of the contract or punishments in some way.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If I'm giving you
Maybe
power and you're not using it in the way that we agreed, I will have to take away that power.
But you want me... Okay, here's the part that I don't like right now. It sounds like you want me to help people escape. But what if I don't really want to help people?
Well, then that wouldn't be in line with the deal we're making. And
Maybe this isn't for me, because I want to help my friends, but people suck.
well, help them unsuck by getting them out of a bad place.
So you want her to help them blow?
Listen, everyone could use a good blowing.
I don't know. I feel like people put themselves in bad places a lot, and they probably deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
You see her kind of...
I'm a nicer person than I am.
You see her wings kind of vibrate, and she kind of begins to lift off the air and slowly circle around you. You feel their finger kind of caress against your shoulder towards the center of your back, and you feel a slight vibration as 4 insect-like dragonfly wings protrude from your back and begin to vibrate in the air.
I don't know. I don't know about this anymore. Mm-mm.
You feel your body begin to lift off the ground a little bit.
Yeah, this feels weird. Weird. Very weird.
The wings disappear and you kind of drop back down. She floats back in front of you. Very well. If that's the way you prefer it, Whisper, I'm happy to continue our relationship as is.
Can I think about it?
Of course. You know where to find me. She kind of...
I mean, not really. You just kind of appear.
She motions towards the feather in your ear.
Oh, okay. Well, now I know you're tracking through the feather. But I like the feather. I think it looks pretty good.
I think it looks beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to think about it. Does that work?
Of course. Take your time.
Do you still want this pocket kebab?
Let me, May I?
Yeah, I mean, it's this one, and then I have these, like, lamb kebabs, but those are, like, a little older, so they start to just smell a little funky. But this one's a new one.
Takes it and kind of looks at it, gives it a bit of a smell. That's quite delightful. Well, Whisper, Gormrug, adieu.
Bye.
They transform back into the bird and fly off into the darkness.
I don't speak Sylvan, but I assume that meant goodbye.
Changed my mind about the wings, Gormrog. Those are like the bug wings, not the business.
Didn't really fit your aesthetic either.
No. Too much shaking.
Yeah, that's gross. Not a fan of bugs.
Should I be scared? You seemed really concerned.
I don't know the Fae personally. You know, most of my studies were geared towards elementals and monstrous races. You know, we don't have an extensive library on them, so it's kind of been my focus to try and build that up, because I don't want to be seen as a monster, and I just want to be seen as a person. But with that comes the fundamental breaking down and restructuring of social constructs. That's another story entirely. But
Lost you already.
yeah, I studied some legends, myths, lore, stories about the Fae, and every one of them has them making deals with people that are binding to the point where you cannot get out of them without severe punishment. And through those contracts, the people were often punished. So it's either you get punished or you get punished. And the reward is never worth the risk.
What if
Like-
there are times where it is worth the risk, but people just didn't write that down?
That's absolutely possible. You're right. It's possible, and I don't want to say don't ever do it, but don't ever do it. But if you feel that it's worth the risk and that the reward is great enough to, I don't know, sleep for 100 years, it's one of the punishments in the story. Some guy named Rip. Yeah, I'm not going to stop you from making your own decisions. I hope you choose the right ones for you. I'm still going to be your friend no matter what. and I'm going to support your decisions, whether I like them or not. But I'll tell you if I don't like them.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. I think I will think about it. Doesn't sound like I need to decide right now. I mean, this dude's thing bug has been following me for a bit now. So
Yeah, are they a bird or a bug? I don't like the feathers, but the dragonfly wings, but
it's a lot going
the
on.
the spinny eyes.
Yeah.
Wild. Fey wild.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I know you're going through a lot right now. You seem like you know what the right thing to do is, and what you want to do kind of conflicts with that. So, in the generic sense, how you doing?
I mean, again, I don't after you all got hurt and attacked, it was my fault, and I that wasn't cool, and I ran away from home, and now I find myself going right back. And they seem even worse than they were before, and the reason why I ran away. So it's like, why am I doing this? But I just don't want y'all to get hurt again or be targets because of me again. So
What makes you think that that's your fault and not a result of our decision?
because we've been through this, they were coming for me, and I
Hmm.
was with you. And if I wasn't with you, you all wouldn't have been attacked, and Gloria would still have her bedroom. And
I mean, at this point, it's probably fixed already.
yeah, well, that's where I'm at. I don't want to go back. I don't want to see them ever again, but it seems like they're hunting me, so I might as well get it over with. But it's still not something I want to do. I don't know if I'm strong enough to even fight them. They just beat me, so I still don't understand my magic that well, you know?
I mean, do you understand it at all?
No, I kind of just like, and it happens.
Hmm. You still have a better understanding of magic than I do.
Maybe.
So, while I know it's scary and a lot and overwhelming, please also celebrate what accomplishments you have made. Yeah, you're running away.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
you're doing something you don't want to do but feel you have to do, and that can sometimes make you feel trapped. But you ran away on your own. Now there's 4 people and a griffin that have chosen by our own volition to join you on this regicide adventure. Um, I'm gonna be honest. This is kind of terrifying. You know,
Oh,
I've got no idea what to expect when we get there. I've got no idea what your family's capable of, and I stand by my decision to join you and face this by your side. Because in the short time I have known you, Whisper, you have proven to be one of the most incredible people I've ever met, and I consider you a very good friend.
consider you a good friend too, Gormrock. And a great cook.
Thank you. That's certainly what I've become known for.
Thanks, Gormrock. Time to wake up the others.
Let them sleep a little longer. We're gonna need all the rest we can get before we head out into this.
Okay. So, as you carry on through the rest of the evening, the eventually waking, I'm assuming Tristan up for his shift.
Eventually.
Okay. Tristan, you are the last to rise, and the others all bed off to sleep. The sun beginning to crest up onto the horizon as the... go ahead and roll a perception check.
You're muted.
You're muted, pal.
13.
Damn it, the Fae got to him.
Okay, with the 13, the sun rising across the horizon, shining through before it's quickly covered up by the graying clouds above. And you listen closely as you hear those familiar whispers flowing through the trees, but otherwise nothing of interest. With that, we're going to call our break. We will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, everyone. See you guys soon.
Oh!
I'm Jacqueline Wilmot, Director of Volunteer and Community Engagement at the Phoenix. We're on a mission to help as many people as we can.
I'm blown away, honestly, by the impact our volunteers are having across the country. The Phoenix is yoga, it's art, it's hiking, it's music. So there's a lot of really exciting things happening at the Phoenix.
Now, because of our virtual volunteer platform, we can take Phoenix anywhere. All they have to do is pick up that volunteer flag, and it's started.
The people, they tend to come to the Phoenix because they get something out of it, you know? There's something genuine about that. And then, you know, along the way, they realize, I can give back. What's so unique about volunteering with the Phoenix is that you can just come as you are, and we will give you the tools and the training to be successful.
I became a volunteer with the Phoenix so that I could give back, even if it's just a little bit of what they've given me. One of my most favorite things about volunteering is meeting people, connecting. I've made friends that I will have for a lifetime.
So it's been a dream of mine to be able to bring fitness or physical activities to the sober community here in Long Beach. And so to hear that the Phoenix was already here and doing that was super exciting for me.
My service to others has been played a major role in my personal recovery. So I like that the Phoenix lets me combine an activity and some service. I also really like riding my bike, so hand in hand they go together.
I love the Phoenix. I don't know, it's just... The classes have really helped me come out of my shell a little bit. I have my confidence back, which I didn't have even though I got clean from drugs and alcohol. I feel like my life is taking off, and everybody at the Phoenix is helping me do that.
Once Phoenix has helped you rise from the ashes, there's this sort of natural response where you want to do that for other people. And the beauty of that is as soon as they find that strength and fortitude in their recovery, they're reaching back for the next person. And if we did that across the country, imagine how many lives could be touched.
So join us in this movement. Whether you are in recovery or an ally, you have something special to offer. Whether you are looking to lead events or support events, you already have everything you need to bring the Phoenix alive in your community. Get started today. We can't wait to make a difference alongside you. I'm Jacqueline Wilmot, Director of Volunteer and Community Engagement at the Phoenix. We're on a mission to help as many people as we can.
I'm blown away, honestly, by the impact our volunteers are having across the country. The Phoenix is yoga, it's art, it's hiking, it's music. So there's a lot of really exciting things happening at the Phoenix.
Now, because of our virtual volunteer platform, we can take Phoenix anywhere. All they have to do is pick up that volunteer flag, and it's started.
The people, they tend to come to the Phoenix because they get something out of it, you know? There's something genuine about that. And then, you know, along the way, they realize, I can give back. What's so unique about volunteering with the Phoenix is that you can just come as you are, and we will give you the tools and the training to be successful.
I became a volunteer with the Phoenix so that I could give back, even if it's just a little bit of what they've given me. One of my most favorite things about volunteering is meeting people, connecting. I've made friends that I will have for a lifetime.
So it's been a dream of mine to be able to bring fitness or physical activities to the sober community here in Long Beach. And so to hear that the Phoenix was already here and doing that was super exciting for me.
Service to others has been played a major role in my personal recovery. So I like that the Phoenix lets me combine an activity and some service. I also really like riding my bike, so hand in hand they go together.
I love the Phoenix. I don't know. It's just the classes have really helped me come out of my shell a little bit. I have my confidence back, which I didn't have even though I got clean from drugs and alcohol. I feel like my life is taking off, and everybody at the Phoenix is helping me do that.
Once Phoenix has helped you rise from the ashes, there's this sort of natural response where you want to do that for other people. And the beauty of that is as soon as they find that strength and fortitude in their recovery, they're reaching back for the next person. And if we did that across the country, imagine how many lives could be touched.
So join us in this movement. Whether you are in recovery or an ally, you have something special to offer. Whether you are looking to lead events or support events, you already have everything you need to bring the Phoenix alive in your community. Get started today. We can't wait to make a difference alongside you.
And we're back. All right, so as the day begins to rise on a new day, as the sun begins to rise on a new day, Tristan, you are the first one awake, and for simplicity's sake, unless anyone has anything specific they want to do, the rest of the party is quick to rise and continue on with their adventure. I need whoever hasn't rolled yet to go ahead and roll a d20.
Roll
I'll
for
roll.
the day?
Yeah.
Because I haven't rolled for the day yet.
Go ahead and give us a roll.
17.
Okay. All right, who is leading the trek northward once more? Go ahead and roll a survival check.
And I'll sit up front with Formrock.
Okay.
No, I've done so many of these. I should know what my survival is by now, but I don't. 11.
11. Okay. As you continue on your trek northward, trying to make your way through this overbearing forest of just rotting and dead trees, the smells of are almost acidic in nature as it punches against your nose. But the vast majority of the day kind of ticks by. Does anyone want to do anything in particular? Any discussions?
Some training with Finnick.
How are you training while you're driving? I would love to know.
Well, I would actually be more. Well, never mind. Save for it. Never mind. Waste me.
Okay. So, just to move on and get us out of this forest, I will say your day goes by relatively easily before the sun begins to set once more and you are forced to set up camp. Okay. Whoever is taking first watch.
I'm just, before the watch sort of starts, I'm just gonna start tendering a fire. Getting frustrated with like the flint and steel, I just take a little bit of flame and ignite the bundles of wood.
Oh, watch this. And Clover's gonna go over to the pile of logs that Finnick is having trouble with, and then she's gonna cast Prestidigitation and set it aflame.
That would be useful to know. Meanwhile, I have this, and there's essentially just a small flaming sphere in her hand.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I snuff it out. Yeah, I don't have a lot of like, I don't want to say like simple spells, but I don't have a lot of like non-fighting type spells.
I'm learning new spells every day, but I mostly know like defense spells, and then just some fun stuff. A spell that I just use is called Prestidigitation, and I can do all sorts of fun stuff with it, like this. And I'm just gonna like point at the sky, and then I'm gonna make like a little tiny fireworks go off. It's only like about this big, but like miniature fireworks go off in the sky above us.
That's cute. I do enjoy that.
Oh, and this. What's your favorite flavor?
Flavor?
Yeah, what's your favorite flavor? Clover's gonna start ruffling through her bag until she finds like a ration of some sort, and she's gonna pull out like veggie jerky.
I mean, I really like vanilla, if that's what you're referencing.
And Clover's going to do a hand motion over the jerky and then give it to Finnick to taste. And it's gonna taste like vanilla.
Interesting. Not the texture I'd usually associate with vanilla. But impressive.
I'm gonna, as I see them talking, and the fire is aflame, and I'm assuming it's still early in the night, right?
I mean, no one's laid down for sleep yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk up to the fire and next to Finnick, and I'm gonna pull my sword out and say, "Let's go," and just walk to a little small clearing, but still close to the group and the fire, but little small clearing in the area.
I only have like 2 bites left. Can I wait a second?
Well, if you don't want to learn, but I say it with a smile.
Fight you.
Fine, I'll hurry. Jesus.
Clover's
But and I look at Clover and I pull out my dagger. Will be like, "You'll be next." Keep the smile on.
I mean, if you guys want to show me how it's done, like if you want Talk,
pulls out her
Clover. You've
rapier
been talking some big game.
and says, "On guard."
Tristan stops, pulls his sword out with his back turned, turns around, just holds it, like kind of puts it like only like a quarter inch into the ground, and does a.
All right. Go ahead and both of you roll initiative.
25.
16.
All right.
There's no way Clover's gonna be slower than Tristan. Like,
I do a little,
I'm watching this.
just a normal little stabby stab with my rapier. And, I'm also, just like since I've been doing all this magic, I'm gonna cast Booming Blade with it. So my roll to attack was a 15.
Just hits.
Oh no.
You're lucky.
oh,
And then, 4 piercing damage and 3 thunder damage as like a boom of thunder encapsulates around him.
Okay. Then your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tristan, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna take that. Ooh, all right. Look away like I'm kind of distracted, and then just go for a swipe at her. Go for a quick like lunge forward and go for a regular attack.
Great sword attack?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
17. Oh, I'm sorry. 17. 21.
That does hit me.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage. You are not raging, so don't add your rage damage.
Yeah. Ooh, sorry. 4, 7. Take 7. All right. He runs by, pulls the sword out, and does like an underarm like uppercut swipe with it, and goes for your arm, just for a little nick.
I have a nick on my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? You made me bleed my own blood. I will hit him right back.
I have a second attack.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna, as I get close, I'm gonna stop, and then I'm gonna put my greatsword into the ground so it stands there, and then pull my dagger out and go for a swipe to try to make an X pattern on the arm from where the swipe I made.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
12, 18. Yeah, it's just 1d4. 4 damage.
Nice. I take it, and then I see that you pulled out your dagger, so I'm going to pull out my gardening tools, and I'm going to double-handed weapon. That was a 16 and a 15.
They both hit.
Great. I forgot how to do math for a second. I'm also going to do an X pattern. I'm going to go like that, and it's going to do a total of 10 damage.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tristan.
I'm just gonna lean over to Gormar.
Right.
Like,
I'm gonna take it and kind of grab the kind of swipe the wound, Go. All right. And I'm gonna turn, and my dagger. I'm going to like throw it to the ground, but not as an attack. Like make it look like I'm throwing an attack, and throw it to the ground for it to stick in the ground, and pull my javelin out and poke it towards her for a regular attack.
Look at all my weapons. Just gonna lean over to Gormrog and
For
Donald.
10.
Try and listen when someone else is talking, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was.
This kind of sparring thing is kind of fun. At least fun to watch. But...
Yeah. Gormrog is not looking at either of them at this moment. Just looking out at the general camp and the surrounding area, and just not even acknowledging that it's happening.
All right, how much damage, Tristan?
Well, to hit, it would have been 13.
Does not.
So just a lunge. And I'm going to use my second attack to whirl it and do like a fantasy backwards after the miss to try to make the miss seem like it was on purpose and try to make it look cool. 1927.
Definitely hits.
Thank you.
So 1d6. 3, 4, 6. 6 damage. Hit it and take a little hit. Make sure I didn't look back. Make sure because it was kind of a blind attack. Make sure I didn't do anything serious, and then pull it back, and then hold it on my shoulder and look back and just wait to see what she does.
I am going to crouch down, and then I'm going to rabbit hop really high and jump over him.
Okay.
And as I land, I'm just going to swing around with my rapier, swiping at his back.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
Ooh. 24.
That hits just a little bit.
That did 9 damage.
Right. All right, I'm gonna take that damage. It's definitely gonna sting, but he's gonna kind of hold that in like he didn't feel anything. Pulling the javelin, whirl it around his neck, and then go for another jab at her. And it's going to miss. It altogether was a 5.
All right, well, what about your second attack?
I am going to stop for a second, look, and then give her a nod of look down, lunge, and as I lunge forward, grab my greatsword that's still there out of the ground and go for a swipe.
Okay.
While he's doing this, I'm going to look back at Finnick and go, was that your way of trying to get me to join in on sparring? Do you want to fight me?
I mean, take it as you will.
Roll a natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay, roll damage.
If I was raging, I'd be very excited if it wasn't like a fight against an enemy. So it's 9 plus 9. 18.
Alrighty. With that hit, you can see Clover was caught a little bit off guard, and she grabs at her side where it hit her, and is like, thought we were friends.
And after Tristan, like when he makes that attack, and afterwards, the heat of the moment of the competition is real, and he stops and kind of, you notice his scales kind of flaring a little bit in that attack, and then he looks back, and then you also see his eyes kind of going into like a little reptilian back and forth, and then he kind of like snaps out of it, and. Are you okay? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I did not. Are you okay?
She's gonna pull her hand from her side and stare at her blood again, and then just show it to him. And then she's gonna grab her sword and she's gonna swipe him one really big time with Booming Blade. And that was a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Six piercing and 8 thunder.
All right. He has like with the look of concern that he's like, oh wait, I hope I didn't do anything serious, and that slash he takes it, and you see a significant look on his face of takes the sword, puts it back in its sheath, wipes it, and goes, "You got me." And then takes a quick kneel.
Tristan, I think it was a pretty even fight, and Clover's just gonna put her arms out like this, and then just fall backwards into the dirt with her 7 hit points left.
I'm just gonna walk over and do what's it called? Healing hands. So you restore 5 hit points.
We'll go over and start patching up Tristan.
Oh, well, so before that, okay, I was gonna help her up, but no. I'm all right. I'm good, and I walk, but it's barely bleeding.
Yeah, no, I'm. He's gonna try to walk away, and I'm just gonna keep pulling him back. And just stay. Just start binding his wounds or whatever.
While that's all happening, when until round 2. Good now.
Do it. And Clover's gonna go to bed.
Just
Okay. So, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna look at Fennec and just raise my eyebrow and just. You want to fight?
I can bring a fight.
Put my backpack down. Take out a bow staff and put it down. Take out a short sword and put it down. Take out a bunch of daggers, put them down. Take out a whole bunch of darts, put them down. Just kind of stretch a little bit.
We got rules for this match or no?
That sounds a whole lot like you're scared.
Just trying to figure out if we're using weapons or not.
I am the weapon.
And I'm the lightning. And...
Ciao.
Okay. Well, you go ahead and roll initiative. Whisper, what are you doing during all this?
So while this was happening, Whisper tries to wild shape into a direwolf.
Okay. Are you
And
able?
also, while they're fighting, I'm not going to sleep right away, but I'm going to watch, and Tristan's going to be doing nothing but watching her use the sword.
All right. Whisper, are you able to turn into a direwolf yet?
Yes.
Okay.
I've already turned into one, but
Are you successful?
I was successful, yeah.
Okay.
And I want it to look just like
Atreus?
but with red hair.
Okay.
Like a ginger auburn color.
All right.
And then while the fighting's happening, I want her to like go around the area. But that can happen after their fight.
Okay. All right. Did you guys roll initiative?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
17.
Natural 20. Plus 2.
God
22.
damn.
That was my one good roll. Rather than the beginning of the game. I guess I will attempt to swing at him with this sword.
Okay.
Trying to get a feel for it.
All right.
I'm assuming it does not hit with a 13.
Are you adding in the?
That doesn't.
Are you adding in the bonuses from the sword?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was a 13 total.
It does not hit.
Okay. Cool. I guess because it's two-handed, I can't use two-weapon fighting.
Right. And you also can't cast any spells that require somatic components.
Okay. That, I guess, is the end of my turn. A swing and a miss.
As I dodge out of the way of that wide swing, I'm gonna dash back in and go for 2 unarmed strikes. The first of which would help if I had my modifiers pulled up. Jesus. I forgot about the fact that I have a +6 to punching people. 17 to hit.
Yeah.
It's going to be 5 bludgeoning damage. Second attack, also a 17 to hit. For 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I'm not going to burn a key point, but I will use 1 unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Cool.
And half of Phoenix hit points are gone.
And that's a 25 to hit.
Silvery barbs. So, re-roll it. And take the lower roll.
8 plus 6 is 14.
Still hit. I have...
And that is a 6 on a d6 plus 3 is 9 bludgeoning damage.
Love that.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, I have a +6 to my Constitution saving throw. So, it's a natural 20.
You're fine.
Okay.
Joe, you were not wrong with that fucking comment at all.
No, I know. I know what your hit points are. It's probably over half now.
Clearly, I still need more training with this sword, so it's good at. If my freaking thing would work, I am going to cast Arms of Hador. I haven't used that since like the first session. So you need to make a strength.
You are you putting away the sword?
Yes.
Okay.
Because clearly I need a little more training with it. So a strength saving throw from Grog.
That's a natural 1 for a total of 6.
Okay. And that was at 2nd level. So that's 13 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And you cannot take reactions until your next turn. Even though that doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Okay. And
That's it?
For my turn. As these dark black tendrils sort of erupt out of my back and lash at you.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Oh, it was sparring. I didn't realize magic was playing into this. All right.
You didn't specify rules?
No, that was on me. And I'm gonna go in for another punch. 19 plus 6 is 25. For 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Extra attack. 13 plus 6 is 19 to hit.
Yeah.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Christ.
How you looking? Are you still conscious?
Barely.
If I did that level of damage again, would you be unconscious? And seeing that, I'm gonna not take the bonus action to hit you, and instead take the dodge action as a bonus action. Or for monks, it's called patient defense. Gotta burn a key point to do it, but I'm basically just gonna be like, "You're done. Don't make me hit you again."
I don't give up that easy. I'm gonna grab my dagger from my hip, give it a little spin, and go in for an attack.
Which is at disadvantage because I took the dodge action.
Yes, it is. Oh, shit, I lost the die. Well, I rolled a 19 at disadvantage.
Yeah, alright, that one will hit.
For a total of 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
With the 2-weapon fighting, can I grab the dagger from the other hip and go in for another attack?
Yeah.
Or do I have to be wielding them? Okay.
Well,
Is this one also at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay. You're so lucky because one of those is a natural. However, it is a 17 to hit.
That'll hit. Oh no, your D4 is gonna do so much.
I know. For 2 points.
Huh?
Piercing damage.
How many? 2. Ooh, ee, ah, ow. And because I told her, don't hit me again, and she hit me again, I'm gonna punch her. 21 to hit.
Silvery barbs?
You can certainly try. 8 plus 6 is 14.
My shit AC, I don't know why I keep trying.
Joe, I'd like to make it very clear that this is meant to be non-lethal.
I assumed.
7 points of damage.
Last thing you see is you swiping your dagger and just glancing off of Gormrog as he twists, but you're able to get in and cut him a little bit, and he brings a backhand around, and that's the next thing you see are stars as you are sprawled out on the ground, being woken up by Gormrog.
I'm not gonna move when I'm on the ground. I'm like, just going to sleep at this point, like Clover did. I'm gonna, as soon as I hit the ground, I'm like snoring.
Okay. So, Whisper, as you are in direwolf form, making your way around this chaos that is your camp.
I just want to like scope the area.
All right. Looking for anything in particular, or?
Animals. Danger. I was just really wanting to practice looking like Atreus.
Okay. Roll a perception or investigation check. Tell me which one you want to do, depending on how long you want to spend looking for stuff.
That's 18.
As a direwolf, you get advantage because you're using your smell as well.
Oh, okay.
If I'm remembering that right.
I don't have the direwolf stats pulled up. Do I use direwolf stats or my own?
Direwolf for it's an ability direwolves have, so you're using your. I gotta check. I gotta see what perception is. Wisdom, so you would use your wisdom.
Okay.
But you get the ability from the direwolves.
So advantage is... Yeah, no, it was better the first time. 18.
18. So, as you kind of slink around and, sniffing the air, getting used to this new form that you were elated to actually successfully do on your... In the chaos that has been the last several days, you feel the power growing within you as you push forward north. A little bit of rage. You're not sure if that is part of the reason why you were able to accomplish this form today. But as you go and sniff around, you get the occasional whiff of what you assume might be like a rat scurrying through some of the rotted, dead ground, but there isn't a whole lot of wildlife that's able to survive in a space like this. You do, however, notice with your keen eyes the shadows that you had noticed the night before still moving around, and as you kind of try and get a hold on where these are coming from, they slide, and a little bit different from the day before, where they almost look like they're starting to move in your direction. It's gliding between tree and tree. With your ears, you hear that what you were assuming were whispers in the wind, almost a hissing sound now.
And they're coming towards me?
You get the sense that these are moving towards you.
How far away am I from camp?
How far out would you have gone?
Probably far enough that I would still hear, well, with my direwolf senses, still hear them fighting. But yeah.
So figure 50 feet.
Yeah.
So, as the shadow begins to dive between the trees, it slides into the open space. It's like this black puddle in the ground begins to move towards you. I'm going to need you to go ahead and roll initiative.
I howl. That is a 30-20.
Okay, you're up first.
I'm gonna bite it.
All right, go ahead and you move up toward its space.
That's generally how you bite things.
All right.
How far away is it from me?
I would say you guys are about 30. As with initiative, you're about 30 feet from each other, so you can either decide to go towards it or away from it.
I'm gonna howl first, and then I'm gonna try and bite it.
Okay.
I'm gonna run up to it, and that's a 7 to hit.
All right, that does not hit. Does that end your turn?
And I ran 30 feet to it.
Yep.
All right, I still have 20 feet of movement, so I'm gonna risk a opportunity attack, and I'm gonna back up.
All right, as you begin to turn and step away, it's gonna this long black claw pushes from the puddle on the ground and swipes towards you. That's a 14 to hit.
AC is 14.
So that hits. You take 5 psychic damage as the claw slices through you. It doesn't damage your skin at all, but you feel your brain just... all the nerves in your arm explode into your brain. That end your turn? Mm-hmm. Okay. As you turn to run, this... from behind you, the puddle begins to materialize as you gliding through the space. This long body begins to push up. Its head, shaped almost like a wolf, the long black canines protruding from its mouth, these long black horns curving off the back of its head. As its shoulders protrude, they're long, and they attach to these thin, long, grotesque arms, a long pair of black wings stretching out behind it. And its body comes down to almost a tube that connects down into the ground as this shadow pushes forward and drives towards you. It's going to go ahead and... What?
Sorry, this is both terrifying and fucking awesome. I love this.
As the shadow moves towards you, it's going to go ahead and reach out another claw to swipe at you. It's cocked. That is a 16 to hit.
I hit.
Okay. You take 9 psychic damage.
And
direwolf stats.
Do the rest of us get to join in on the initiative?
Yeah, I'm
because
gonna.
She held.
Yep, we're gonna do that in 2 seconds as soon as I finish up this one last thing. It is as it swipes into you, and it is going to go ahead and turn and dive back into the shadows between the trees. It is now hidden, but it is your turn. Everyone who... Finnick and Clover both said you were asleep, correct?
I'm sleeping, yeah.
Okay, so Whisper, go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay. Yes, I keep my charisma score. Okay, good.
Actually, never mind. Don't bother. Don't bother. That's stupid. Yeah. That's stupid. Clover and Finnick, roll perception checks for me at disadvantage.
Natural 1.
Okay.
If I was knocked unconscious by non-lethal damage,
I would say you were enough time would pass that you have 1 hit point. But I mean, technically, you should have 0 until tomorrow. But
I was also awake watching them fight.
I know, and that's why you and Gormrog are awake still.
well, that you said perception.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, at disadvantage, I got a 15.
Okay. What's up, Clover?
But the other was a natural.
I'm sorry, Clover. What'd you say?
10.
At disadvantage, you have a 10? I thought you rolled a natural 1.
I did.
Damn, that's a fucking high-ass perception. All right. So, Gormrog and Tristan, you hear a wolf howling from around, like very close to your camp, and you see the large dire wolf that is your friend Finnick, your friend Whisper, running towards you. You don't see the shadowy figure in this exact moment, but Finnick, you are quick to rise afterwards. The howl rising you. Gormrog and Tristan, roll the thing.
Initiative?
Thank you. That's the word.
You know the thing
22.
with the dice?
9, 10, 11. Oh, no. You say 21. I thought mine was 22. 21.
Okay. So it's going to be Whisper, Gormrog, Tristan, Monster. Okay. Everyone try and help me remember.
Can I get any hit points help from that, or just stable?
No, you're just stable.
Okay.
All right.
WGT Monster. We got this.
All right.
Whisper,
Whisper,
Gormrog, Tristan.
Whisper, you're up.
I see Gormrog and Tristan, and I'm gonna like point my snout towards the woods.
Okay.
But then I'm going to use my keen senses to see if I can see the shadows.
All right. Go ahead and roll. It's going to take up your action to find him, but.
Fine. Totally fine. So I get advantage.
Yep.
Cool. First one's 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25.
Okay, you are hiding in the shadow of the trees. You see a little much darker space sitting there, ready to strike out towards you.
My tail's gonna go in the air, like straight up, and I'm gonna point.
Okay.
With my snout.
Okay, so that is going to be Whisper's turn, pointing out where this creature is to both you, Tristan, and Gormrog.
Whisper's gonna come running in, barking and howling, spin around, face the other way, and I'm gonna go, shit. Grab my short sword and some darts and just throw the darts at the shadowy form that she's pointing
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
Where are my stats? There they are. First attack, 18.
That'll hit.
9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 17.
Okay.
8 points piercing damage. And since I hit with an attack, please make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 14.
The DC is 15 because of my belt. So please no longer do anything because you are now stunned.
Okay.
Until... Oh, wait, no. I take that back entirely. I cannot do that. It has to be a melee weapon.
Okay.
Not a dart, which is a ranged weapon.
Okay.
So, bonus action... I'm gonna just wait. I'm not chasing in after it yet.
All right. Tristan, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna hear that, and he's gonna stand. He's gonna use his sword to quickly use himself, stand up, stumble for a second, and then go into a rage and run. How far away are they from us?
What's your speed, Whisper?
50 in wolf.
They're 20 feet from you.
Okay. I'm gonna charge.
You're gonna what?
I'm I'm gonna charge in the direction in a rage.
Okay, you know where the creature is. You go ahead and roll your attacks.
All right. I'm going to, just regular greatsword attacks. 8, 9, 14.
That'll hit.
All right. Well, 14. Damn. For the first attack.
That'll hit.
And then, wait, no, 14 plus my rage. 17.
Okay. Your sword's not magical, right?
No.
Okay. So 17 damage total?
Yes. Slashing damage. And then as my first attack, I'm going to go right around and bring it for an overhead for a second attack. For a natural 1.
All right. Okay. That ends your turn?
Did I still have, well, you said 20 feet, right? So I have 20 feet, so I'm going to go into, I'm going to stay right there. Yep, I'm okay.
All right. As you guys finish up all your turns, Clover and Finnick, go ahead and both of you roll initiative, as the sounds of combat now are definitively waking you all up.
I got a 10.
13.
Okay. So it's going to be, you guys are both going to go after the creature now, okay?
Cool.
So,
what if this unknown? It wasn't okay.
we'll figure it out. I compromise. I like to, work it out with everyone. We can figure it out.
Initiative's negotiable, right?
All right. Since you are right there, Tristan, he's going to go ahead and make his attack against you. That is a 13, 18 to hit.
That hits.
You take 14 psychic damage as the claw rakes into you, but doesn't break your skin at all. But you feel your entire nervous system light up with electricity, spiking up towards your brain.
And he takes that damage, and you can see after that damage you take. Oh no, wait, do I take half that?
No,
Right?
no,
because psychic damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So, being confident, he takes the damage, and then he kind of like takes it, and you see he goes to, like, he's about to fall down, but just wills himself to stand like he's barely standing.
All right. With that, it is going to go ahead and hide again. And disappears into the brush once more. Clover, you're up.
I know it's hiding, but before it hid, was I able to see like how far away it was? Like, is it within view of the cart? Like, not within view because it's hiding, but.
Right. Yeah, you would have seen it pop up, attack Tristan, and then disappear. And they're only maybe 20 feet from you.
Okay.
Theater of the mind, guys. Theater of the mind.
I would like to hide under the cart with my crossbow and hold my action.
Okay, what are you holding it for?
To shoot the crossbow from under the cart when it comes back out.
When you see the creature.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. What'd you say?
Do you need me to roll stealth?
Oh, you're going to stealth too? Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Yeah, I'm going to hide under the cart.
Hmm.
16 to hide.
Okay.
We'll get that sneak attack.
All right, Finnick, you're up.
Okay. Bonus action, I'm gonna take my potion of greater healing. So that's 4d4 plus 4. Oh, that was actually pretty good. So I regain 17 hit points. And I'm just gonna grab onto the sword. And can I hold my action?
Yeah, what are you holding it for?
Or, I guess.
What's the trigger?
Well, I only have 30 feet of movement, but I'd like to try and get like maybe like 10 feet behind Tristan.
Okay.
And then I'll just hold my action for when it reappears. If it reappears.
Okay. Okay, top of the round, though. It's going to bring it back to you, Whisper.
And we can't see it, right?
Correct.
Alright, I'm going to try and see if I can perceive it again.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
And so the keen senses is only for smell and hearing, right?
Right.
Yeah. So would I be finding them with smell and hearing, or just visual?
No, I'll say you're listening to the sound of the rustling as it moves through the brush. Yeah.
The first one's a 23 anyways. But yeah, 23.
Okay. It is much well hidden than it was last time, but as your ears twitch back and forth, you're able to pinpoint it, and it actually has moved out and is behind, like just to the left of the cart, moving towards Finnick.
I do the same thing with the tail up in the air and ears pointed and nose pointed, and yep.
Get a pointer dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Clover. As she pointed out, you can go ahead and roll your attack.
Five. To hit.
That hits.
Damn.
That definitely hits.
Be 3 damage.
How much?
23.
And that's magical, correct?
That is not non-magic.
Well, your crossbow's magic, right?
Oh, it is a light. Full disclosure, I won a thing in the Battle Royale. It was a ribbon. I put it on my crossbow. Now it's a +1 light crossbow. So yeah, I get. Does that makes it magical?
Yep.
Cool. I guess it's
yeah.
there's some damage now.
So, as the bolt strikes into the puddle, it's you see it writhe around, and it like the darkness pulls up the bolt before pushing back down, and you hear it squeal in pain. But that Whisper. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Finnick, it would be close enough now for you as well if you want to go ahead and make your attack of opportunity.
Yeah. 16?
That'll hit.
Well, wicked. This has a lot of details, so I did not mean to hit that button. Even though I rolled the same thing in real life. So 8 slashing damage. And then if it has an intelligence score of 4 or higher, it takes an extra 3d6 radiant damage.
Yes, it has a higher intelligence than that.
Cool. So that's 8 points of radiant damage, and then must succeed on a DC 17 Charisma saving throw.
That is a fail.
So it's charmed by me for an hour.
Okay. So, as Finnick swings this new greatsword, slashes into the creature, you see this bright, radiant burst of energy come forward as it slams into the shadowy creature. You hear it before going silent and rising up and staring at you, Finnick.
Gross.
Its form is just standing there now, looking at you obediently.
How messed up is it looking?
It's looking pretty rough. As far as a shadow demon could look.
Little blurred around the edges.
Yeah. For rule of cool's sake, Finnick, do you want to go ahead and make another attack against this creature now that it's charmed by you? And use the rest of the abilities?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll give you... you have advantage, I'm going to say, because it is just standing there.
Okay. Natural 20. I was using Finnick's special die.
So go ahead and... you double the regular damage and the radiant damage.
Okay, so
double
the slashing.
Yep.
Double the flavor, double the fun.
And because it is charmed, the amount of d6
So
is increased as well.
7 plus, or 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 is 17 of slashing. Now, excuse me while I grab the rest of the 6 that I need for this. And my cat is knocking shit over. 3. Okay, give me. Oh god, math. Best part of D&D, guys.
Just read out the numbers. Eventually, he's gonna be like, "All right, that's enough."
No, I want her to. I want her to add them all up because she's already destroyed them.
Second. 10, 20, 30, 40 points of radiant damage.
Holy.
And then is that doubled?
Yep.
So 80 points of radiant damage.
So, Finnick, how would you like to do this?
Well,
did it have 80 points to begin with?
No.
If this was a player character, they'd be dead.
Yep.
Like no saving throws.
Yep.
No. Oh no. Just eviscerated.
Yeah, after the first hit, already a little bit out of breath, just gonna try and swing it over my head, and I just split the thing in half.
So, as you whip the blade around, cutting it the first time, and it rises up, it presenting itself to you. You bring the blade back. The rest of you just see this bright silvery platinum greatsword glow almost with this radiant silvery yellow energy as she slams down the center of it, exploding outward, it completely turning the creature to dust.
Just now the sword is in contact with the ground, sort of like leaning over.
As the sword sits there in the ground, you see the ground around it begin to like pock and burn almost and disintegrate around where it just sits in the ground.
Okay.
We're just gonna army crawl out from under the cart and climb back into the cart and go back to sleep.
I'm seeing this, right? Because I'm right there.
Yeah, everyone sees it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's how you use that sword.
Yes, I agree. This is how we should be used.
You know, I almost forgot about that. Okay.
Huh?
I might have got hit one too many times in the head, but
You definitely need to train more with me.
I'm fucking working on it. Like, just got you yesterday. Chill the fuck out.
I'm sorry. I
Is
wasn't.
your sword talking to you?
I guess.
I'm gonna look at the wolf tilting its head at this. I'll just be like, you hear it too?
Huh?
Uh-huh. Okay. I need to lie down.
You and I both.
Okay, so who's taking first shift?
I guess I will.
I will try.
You have 1 hit point.
No, I took my greater potion of healing.
Oh, alright. You have 2 hit points.
Tristan passes out like on the floor in a random spot by the cart, inside the cart, after walking by, half bleeding.
Whisper will cuddle up next to Talon as a direwolf, but eventually the direwolf will fade.
Okay.
Cute.
You feel the Talon's wing kind of reach out and cuddle around you, recognizing you even in your wolven form. Okay, so Finnick and Gormrog first shift.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you guys want to discuss?
Yeah, but I don't know if I have the right headspace to do that. But, I definitely want to discuss what the fuck is happening with that sword. Perception checks, right?
No, don't worry about it. We're just. I just want to get us through.
What's that? Role play for the rest of the night? Because we want to advance the plot, and I like messing with you? Sure. Anything for you, Joe. So, slice, explosion of light, and it talks.
Yeah. Powerful sword? But I guess there's like a soul of a person in it.
Well, we're just cool with this?
Well, I guess I was. I don't know if I'd say I'm cool with it. Like it definitely is weird, but I mean, what would you do?
I'm still reeling from the fact that you hit me with a dude.
What?
You ever hit a dude with another dude? No, but Finnick has.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's sentience in this sword. And you knew that before you used it against me. Did you know it could do that explosion of light thing?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get more comfortable with using it. Thinking about this was a very bad idea.
No, by all means, get better with the sword. But like, if you hit me like that, I don't care how non-lethal you wanted it to be. It was not going to be. But yeah, no, cool. It talks. Does it have a name?
Excuse me, I have it written down. Neminar Jurassic?
Jurassic. As in the guy who was using the sword?
I believe so, yeah.
Wild.
It's a crazy concept, honestly.
I mean, I was just made deaf and mute like 24 hours ago by a dude with swirling eyes and dragonfly wings. Talking swords now, too, sure.
I mean, I've heard, like, bedtime stories about talking swords. But, like, I never thought that they were a real thing. No offense, if the sword is listening.
None taken.
Be sus.
Oh,
He's not in the fantasy world. Paylor.
yeah.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what to expect with the sword. I just decided, hey, I recognize the guy's helmets. Maybe I can talk to him.
You, feel connected to Paylor at all?
In a way.
Thinking about devoting yourself to a god?
I mean, thought about it, yes. Just the execution of it makes me hesitant. Because it's like I really want to know what their followers stand for and what they fight for before I decide to join them.
Yeah.
Because
Good luck with that.
people can say they follow the god for him and then just twist and manipulate the words of the church to fit their own narrative.
Yep.
So
I will not be joining you on that particular endeavor, but I wish you all the best.
I mean, I've talked to the leader of the Platinum Dragon's Rest Guard? Captain? I mean, we met him at that giant celebration, but I was talking with him, trying to get a feel for what the Platinum Dragon stands for, and just trying to do things that make me feel like I'm doing the right thing, that I'm doing things for good.
Yeah, they love to tell themselves that. I think it's about time we wake up the others.
Okay. Who's next? Clover, by yourself?
Sure.
Okay. Anything Clover wants to do in this time period?
I'm just keeping a lookout, and maybe I'm writing in my journal, but nothing that I'm going to talk about.
Okay, cool. All right. Next up, as your shift goes without incident, and who's next? Whisper, Tristan?
I'll take the next one. I'm gonna like wake up from the ground, but next to the cart, and get up and see that my wounds are all good, and just take the shit.
All right. Whisper, did you want to get up as well, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything you two wanted to discuss, or? Okay. So, the rest of the evening goes off without incident as you all begin to get up for the next morning, prepare for the last leg of the journey through the Grey Valley. As you all head off on the next day, I need someone to go ahead and roll a d20. Everyone's gone, so whoever wants to go.
I'll do it. Or Taz did it.
Taz did it. Taz rolled already. What'd you roll?
18.
18? Go ahead and roll again.
7.
Okay. So, as you guys continue on for the vast majority of the day, go ahead and roll a survival check for me, Gormrog.
Yeah, I know this. This is +3. I can do this.
Okay. So your card.
Hang on. It's 13 +3.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying the +3 is my modifier, not what I rolled.
As you continue on through the day, excuse me. Eventually, you begin to make your way towards the edge of the Grey Valley, and as you begin to move your way back into the Cliffkeep Mountains, you see on the path ahead a human male, clothes torn and tattered, a bag kind of half strapped to one of his arms. He is trying to make his way, clutching, and you see him stumble and fall and kind of slip down and slide down the path a little bit. And as you all approach, that's what we're going to call it for the night.
Mysterious.
All right. Well,
somebody didn't get enough sleep.
I hope everyone had a good night tonight. Does anyone have anything they need to say?
Join us again next week for the next exciting episode of Forging Fates.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for watching. It was a great game. A lot of fun, a lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue. We will be back next week with another episode, as Gormrog said. We are going to end the show here, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. We love you, geeks. Stick around for the raid.